Hey guys, I hope you're doing great. And I have been away for a while, and I apologize for that because I had a lot of work to be on. So today, what we are going to do, we are going to actually cover up the another new topic for Python, which is control flow statements. So what we will be covering in this whole video, what control flow statements are, what are the control statements, I mean in short, and what will be the how we actually write the control statements. Okay, so there are basically three parts of any control statement, control flow statements, my bad. So control flow statements has the first part, which is your actual statement, right? Second is your control value. Control value is the word is something that I came up to actually make you understand how this is actually, and then is your final action, right? So control the statements, the control statement, and your final control value and final statement. Something for you, and so as to explain it better. So I will just do a new document, and yeah, so I'll just make sure that format is good. So there is, as I said, one is your statement, what then is your control value, then there is your action to be performed, right? So how we write it? So control flow statements have three major parts. I mean, of any type of code structure. So how we can write it? We can write something. It starts with an if, and then we have your if, and then we have sorry, I think it's just doing it on the uppercase. If, then we have the control value or control value statement. So it will be like if name equals to Himanshu, right? Then we will say do something. So do something can be your action statement, right? So something like do something, right? Elif, there's another keyword that we use. Elif means else if this is not done, elif name is equals to let's say ABC, right? Then do something, sorry, and then there is one more statement which is called else, do something. So what I'm trying to imply here is, if each control flow statement is derived by these three keywords, you can have n number of elif keyword. You can but there will be only one if, and inside that you can have another if and another else elif, but the main statement, the main control statement will always start with a if. It won't start with elif with or else, right? So this actually drives your whole control flow statement. But before we jump into performing any sort of statements like this, we will first jump into a portion where we called it Boolean values, right? So what Boolean values are? So Boolean values, if you are coming from any other programming language, you will understand what Boolean value is. If not, I will just explain it in a minute here. So Boolean values could be yes or true. Yes is how human will understand, and true is how your machine will understand. And there will be no, which will be false, right? So how do you control statements have this? I've shown you the statement earlier, right? It does not have anywhere is else, it will true or false. So here comes in the picture we call this comparison operators. So there are a few comparison operators. I will just type it out and make you understand how it works. So it will be equal equal. These are two separate equal to. So we will say equal to. So any values that is equal to this, right? That will be equal to this. If I say name equal to value, whatever value is it, I'm just putting a dummy name value. If the name is equals to value, that means name is true, name value is true, is then it will do something, right? Now there is another thing which is called not equal to, right? So not equal to is like I'm saying if the name value is not equal to the value. Also value for name is not equals to whatever we have put here, right? Now this could be a bit confusing, right? Why we are doing a not. So see, sometimes what we have to do in whenever you're writing a program, you have to understand that sometimes you might have to, look for a negative value also. If you might have to see if this value is not equals to this. For example, if you want to say that if if 1 kilogram is not equals to 1000 grams. Do you understand that? Here it's something which you are trying to understand, like, okay, it cannot be 1 kilogram until unless the value of grams or kilograms is the value is not equals to 1000 grams, right? So in that case you will use something like this, name value, right? And there's one more, there are a few more operators like this, lesser than. Okay, I will just put it here. It will be less than. Then there is less than, or oh sorry, less than, there is greater than. So greater than will be check for the value that you have assigned. So if I say name, oh not say, kilogram, okay, value of kilogram is less than, okay, value of kilogram or 1 kilogram is less than, let's say, 1000 grams. I will type something. Or if I say kilogram value is greater than 1000 grams, right? That is one. So whenever you're trying to do something numerical operations, you can use greater than, and you can also use equal to and not equal to, but mostly the equal to and not equal to is always, always used with, not always, but can either be used with both your string values and with your numerical values or integer values. But when you are doing something less than or greater than, then you can use you have to use either with a integer value. But there is also an exception case where you can do the length. So I will come to the length, or the where the how you can do the operations on length and all in at some later point in the videos. So I will make a whole video with this. So this is one, and there is one less than or equal to. If I say this, then I'm looking for less than or equal to. So if kilogram is less than or equal to 1000 and kilogram is greater than or equal to 1000. So what will happen in this case? If this value actually strikes as 1000, then it will give you a positive value, let's say true. And in this case, if the value comes off at 1000, it will still give you true. But in case it is less than this and greater than this, then it will just give you the value that you have you are looking for, or the value you want it to to be printed on the console or to the end user. So instead of using this first, so how is this actually helpful? So if I write something like this, right, kilogram is greater than 1,000, let's say print not yet there, okay, and then I say kilogram is equal to 1,000. So let's say the value comes to 1,000. We are here, but see, doing the same for same statement, doing this is actually the waste of your extra code lines, right? We can rather do this, less than this, if is less than this. So let's say if value comes to true, then it will say this. If value comes to false, or it goes to false, then we will say so actually I did a big mistake, so it should be this and it should be this. Understand my point? So this is how this whole thing works, right? So instead of using two different statements just to check, we can use one statement at a time, right? Like, did you got my point? Okay, so now let's try this into the code base, or on our ideally, right? So I will just delete it. Let's say, so first I have to invoke my ideally. I will say, I think this is too small, so I guess yes. So I will say Python 3, right? So this will bring my ideally. So here is my Python command line, or Python, yes, Python command line utility. So now what I will do, I will first say name equals to Himanshu, right? So here is name. So if I say name, right, name equals to Himanshu, yes. So my value is, if I type name, it will return me Himanshu. Now we will apply a control flow statement. First we will check the equal to operator. Okay, so what will we do? Name, if name equal to Himanshu, be sure that this case should be, it is case sensitive how to write it. So if I say name equals to Himanshu, I will say print hey there. Now I have a name Himanshu plus name hey there Himanshu. Now this is just one part where we have used if condition. Now let's do a different part. So if I say, I will just hit Control and L. I will say, let's do the elif. Let's do the usage of elif. So how we will do it? So I will say, if we have, if I go to name, right? We have name here. Name is equal to Himanshu. Name is set to Himanshu. So if I say, if name is not equal to Himanshu, which is false, in this case it will just go to first statement and will terminate it there. So I will say, if name is not equals to Adrian, right, then it will say print hey you are, or let's do it, you're not authorized, you're not right person for just for doing it, right? And then elif, sorry, my bad, name is equal to Himanshu, which my name is there written over here, Himanshu, right? Then what to do? Then I will say print hey you are authorized, right? So let's add more statement. Welcome apps, welcome, then we'll give a space, and then we'll give plus, and then welcome name, right? Done. So you might be seeing that if name is not equals to Adrian, right? It just terminates it over here. Now, this is something, comes up whenever you are using these statements. What was happening here? It actually checks for the first name, right? But the value is not equals to Adrian, right? We don't have Adrian here, right? So what it will do, it will just go there, it will check for just first thing and will end it over here, right? So just to the control flow statement works is it actually checks the whole statement line by line by line by line, right? But it actually terminates over here because we are saying his name is not equal to Adrian, right? It just says false. Okay, end of the story. I don't have to go down there. It's just okay. The name is false. The name value is not equal to Adrian, which actually returns to true. So it will just go, hey, you are not the right person. So it will just terminate. It will not go down here, right? Because we are ending our statement over here. So just make sure whenever you are writing a control flow statement, you just make sure that you keep in mind what you are actually trying to get the result to, right? So now this is one part. I hope you understood this. Now, so let's start with how we use the less than, greater than, less than equal to, and greater than equal to. So first start with less than. So what I will do first, first I will do is unit equals to 1000, right? And I will say if unit is less than 1000, I will say print this is not equal to 1 kilograms, right? So this is one. Now else I have not added else in other statements, so I'm just trying to make sure that else is that first else. Yes, first else we'll say else print it's kilogram, right? Let's say this, it's kilogram because unit is equals to 1000. So unit is not less than 1000, it's more than 1000, so it just jumped to 1 kilogram. So in older statements that we've used, or the older the program that we have made earlier, we make good use of else. So try to make sure if you want to end up with a result, even if it's not true or if it's not what you are looking for, try to use else with it like we use here. Now we will go to the greater than. So what I will do, I will say unit, if unit is greater than 500, right? Then I will just say print this is the value is not half a kilogram, right? Sorry, just in the comma. Else print it's a kilogram. Yay! Value is not half a kilogram. Why? But what would change? What's going on here, right? So here, what is going? It actually looks if value is greater than a kilogram, right? If value is greater than a kilogram, greater than unit 500, we just end up here, right? What we could have done, we could have just done here. If unit is less than 500, then it would have printed this, and else it would have gone to this, similar to this, right? So here, I'm just making these two statements a bit confusing so you can understand how we are putting it here in one word, because we are using greater than here and doing something like this, right? So what I say, if unit is greater than 500, unit is greater than 500, unit is obviously greater than 500, it's 1000, so it just ends up over here, right? But in this case, unit is not less than 1000, it ends up here, right over here. right? If unit is less than this, it ends directly over here, because this is all actually equals to a kilogram, so it just ends up here, right? Now let's move on to less than and equal to and greater than equal to. So if I just give you less than part, I hope you will be able to understand. I'm sorry for this weird noise. A helicopter is just passing over. So let's try with if unit is less than or greater than equal to, right? We will just give use one example, and we will start working, I mean, see how it goes, right? So if I say if unit is less than or equal to 1000 or not 500, right? Here we are doing a different statement, right? I will say print the unit is not equal or less than 500, which is true. Else what we will do, print unit is equal to kilogram. Does it make sense, right? The unit is equal to kilogram, because it's not less than or equal to 500, it's more than more than 500. Now we will go to another example. Let's just finish up. If unit is greater than or equal to 1000, right? What we will do, we'll say print it's a kilogram. Does it make sense to you, right? And then I will say else, if it's not either of this, it's not actually that value, so we will say print it's not equal to a kilogram. Does that make sense, right? It's a kilogram. So so I hope you guys understood everything what I've taught here, and of course you guys have to do as much practice as you can. And if you have any comments and question, make sure you put it into the comment box, and also you might want to subscribe for it. I would really appreciate if you could give me a like and a subscribe. It will obviously help my channel. I'm always trying to keep everything free and actually ad free, so you guys can enjoy these all the videos from past or to now. So I hope in the next video we will be covering something called as manipulation of strings, and a bit of dictionaries, and data structuring also. So those are the things that we will be actually covering up. So stay tuned, and I hope I will see you guys soon. So till then.